everyone. We're Day One Update. My name is Jacomo, and I'm joined by my two friends here.
Hi, I'm Air.
Hi, I'm Glazaro. Don't worry if you forgot. I almost did too.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've recorded.
Well, technically, it's been a while since we uploaded.
Yeah, it's been a while since we uploaded.
We have recorded one, and
We forgot to upload.
our production staff got fired.
Which is just me.
Yeah, so
He went on vacation. Our entire editing crew
Entire
just
editing
up,
crew
up and went on a
vacation.
plane.
I went to a wedding for a week. That's what delayed
Long
everything.
wedding. Very long wedding.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's been a while since we were able to record and upload anything. We apologize.
Because of the troubles.
We probably lost a couple of you viewers or listeners.
Oh man, that's like 90% of our listener base. You know what we should be doing?
What?
We should just be pretending that we have like hundreds or thousands of listeners.
we're sorry to all three of you.
3,000 of
We're
you.
gonna do our next live show at Madison Square Garden, right? Full sold out seats.
I mean, if you just put a sign that says Madison Square Garden out of this room,
Let's do
then
what Conan did and do cardboard cutouts. on every
Yeah,
seat.
and as you just see, name drop, Conan's gonna be there, and Glazar's good friends with Ninja, so Ninja's gonna be there.
Conan and Ninja is such a weird combination of people to be as a podcast guest.
And I know people too.
I know people too. That's what people say when they don't know people.
Yeah.
I'll bring my mom.
No, I don't want to bring anybody.
the one person who thinks I'm funny, my mother, everybody.
I'm not even gonna be there. It's okay.
Plot twist. I've mentally checked out years ago.
It's just gonna be me and Gozara sitting in the middle of Madison Square Garden
with
talking.
with a cutout Conan and in a ninja stream.
That would be really, really sad and
If we-
very expensive.
If we ever do videos,
Mhm.
just print out pictures of of Conan and Ninja, and then a sign that says Madison Square Garden, and just like put it a little bit askew on the wall or something. Maybe Madison Square Garden with a typo in it.
Well, that was a little spoiler, by the way. We're going to do videos.
Well, I did say if we're gonna do videos, so you
You
did
spoiled it.
You disappoint me, Air.
Psych.
And take it all back. All right, so what have you guys been up to? Gaming, movies, TV shows, anything new, anything you were watching, anything you're playing
I've been social distancing at your house.
at my house.
Yeah.
We are 6 feet apart right now.
I've been in the backyard this whole time.
I've been social distancing from my responsibilities, and it's going great so far.
That's a joke I've never heard before. Which is being sarcastic.
Have you heard that joke
'Cause
before?
that was the first joke I've heard ever since social distancing was a thing.
Oh, well, clearly,
It's okay though. It's okay.
clearly, I'm
Yeah,
a genius.
I've been social distancing from my responsibilities since I was born.
So Mulan came out.
Mulan?
Mulan
The
came out
Mulan.
yesterday.
Oh, we're already jumping into.
yeah,
recent
why
stuff,
not?
Yeah,
Let's talk about whatever we want to talk about.
I guess.
So I ended up watching it
Can I talk about person of interest?
last
I'm
night.
sorry.
I don't give a
continue.
shit about
I'm
your
con-
person of interest
I
because
just-
you're not
I-
a person of interest. Hey.
Oh, snap. That was good. This is where I turn off your mic for the rest of the
You got me. That was a good one. Excuse me for a second.
So I'm.
Yeah, him leaving.
artificially has left the building.
Goodbye.
All right. So before I talk about it, what did you guys hear about Mulan, and what were your expectations about this movie?
I haven't seen it.
What are your expectations about the movie? I'm not asking if you've seen it. I'm asking
I
if your
figured it's gonna be good.
I don't like any of the live action stuff. Like I assumed it was just gonna be another one of those like soulless live action things like Aladdin. It was all the soul and charm and like character was sucked out of the thing. I assumed it was gonna be the same thing, but there are a lot more differences. Like it's more in line with the original Chinese folklore, which is interesting because I've never seen it. I've only ever seen the Mushu and the Disney thing. I didn't even know it was based on a thing before I heard that. So there's that, and there's the quote unquote controversy that 3 people care about the main actress. But like, that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, so I saw it yesterday. I had no expectations really. I didn't really look too much into the movie other
you
than the
ever?
controversy stuff.
Good way to
I don't
live.
really look into movies too much anyway. I
I
just
mean, do
watch
you
them.
ever have expectations?
It's a good way to live,
Really.
not having expectations.
Yeah. So basically, this movie took the base storyline of the original Mulan movie, which you were talking about, like the Chinese folklore and stuff. They took that and basically just made it live action and took out took out pretty much all of the comedy. There were some like physical gags that they did in the movie like once in a while, but
But you
nothing
wouldn't
really,
categorize it as comedy.
I wouldn't say comedy. They were just like, oh, this very clumsy guy fell over. Like that's the peak comedy of the movie.
That's always great to hear. They took out all the comedy, but there were still some jokes.
There's still some jokes. Yeah, but like there wasn't too much. The acting also like in places like when they delivered the dialogue, it was very odd. Like
Well,
there was a few actors that actually stood out. But some of them were
Stupid
just
question,
really
but
weird.
like they were speaking English, all
Yeah,
the
speaking
characters.
English.
Okay,
The whole movie was they were speaking English.
it would have been ballsy if like they actually spoke Mandarin or Cantonese and then just dubbed it English.
Yeah,
You know, that would have been probably better.
because like the movie did have good actors. Like they had Donnie Yen, they had Jet Li, playing the Emperor and one of the commanders, and those are like two of my favorite martial arts actors, and they're legends overall in just martial arts movies. So they were actually pretty cool. I like them. But the main character who played Mulan, like some of her line delivery was really odd. Some of the story was also very boring. It was like CG was also really weird. There's like it had good cinematography, like good shots and stuff, but nothing really else from that. Even the combat was really weird.
So would a tiny Eddie Murphy have made it better?
Yo,
Eddie Murphy
if,
always makes.
if you
a
took that
difference.
movie and added some of the charm that the animation had, like some of the comedy or like some of like the dialogue between like the side characters that were actually funny, if they added that back in, I would have enjoyed it. It would have been a lot more enjoyable than watching bland cardboard cutouts talk to each other.
And you were telling me earlier they took out all the songs, including
Yeah, they
the
took out-
best
they
the
took out
best
all the
Disney
songs.
song, "I'll Make a Man Out of You,"
Yeah, they took out. It's not a musical. They took out all the songs from it.
which is weird
So-
because Lion King had songs in it.
Yeah, so
and
that's what I was
Aladdin
saying.
had
Because
songs in
like you were saying, Aladdin doesn't have any soul. Like Aladdin did. Like I personally did still like Aladdin, even the live action movie, because it did have the songs, and some the songs were still good. Like the whole new world. Like
I
that
thought
song was
Aladdin
actually
was
pretty
fine.
good. There were some songs they changed because of Will Smith, so they
Yeah.
made it more rap centric, I guess, which is still fine. Like they you can
It-
make
it's-
modifications.
I'm not saying like it was a bad movie. It's just you have to compare it to the original because it's a remake.
Yeah.
And when you're comparing it to the original, like I'm not even saying it as, oh well, Robin Williams isn't here, that's why it sucks. It's like no, I'm taking that into account, but
Yeah.
I still think
Like-
it was.
So like Aladdin, so if you look at that by itself as a movie, not with the animation movie, it's still a good movie. If you look at Mulan by itself without looking at the animation movie, it's not that good of a movie. There's a lot of things that's just odd. You guys could watch it, I guess, when you guys want to.
Comes out free in December. I'll watch it then.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I didn't
quote unquote
really-
free.
It was a big letdown.
Yeah.
If you had to rate it out of 10, what would you give it?
I hate rating things.
If you want to rate it out of the $30 USD you paid, how much would you rate it?
I'll give it 4.
$4 out of 30. 30? Is that how much it costs?
Wait, 4? Am I rating it out of dollars? Like
I don't
4
know.
out of 30? I was doing out
Do
of
our
10.
ratings matter?
I was doing out of 10.
Oh well,
I
still
would
not
give
good.
it Like 4, I guess. So
Somebody.
not really worth it at all, to be honest. Because this movie was hyped up for a while, right?
For
Like,
a
it was
long while.
marketed and promoted like no
Disney
tomorrow.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about what you'd
Yeah,
expect.
yeah. We also did start doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe
Marathon.
run through again with my sister. It's actually pretty cool. I'm actually seeing a lot of things and re-enjoying these movies. I actually really enjoy that.
You'll call me when you get to Winter Soldier, right?
I'm almost there. I'm 2 more movies away from Winter Soldier. Or then you can come watch it.
Don't-
If you didn't know,
Don't.
Winter Soldier is Gozar's favorite movie of all
You
time.
realize what's gonna happen though, right?
I'm gonna put tape on your face.
Either it's gonna be like a commentary track, live commentary track, or I'm gonna tell you to pause at every scene and be
I'm
like,
gonna
"All right,
tape.
this scene is great because."
I'm gonna tape your face.
I mean, I still get to watch it on projector, so
Not
sure.
even just your mouth. I'm gonna tape your face.
Well, I can still hear it, so it's
So
fine.
I watched Tenet,
Oh yeah.
and it's a good movie, but it's so bad. Simply because you can't hear anything. You just like no dialogue whatsoever. It just I walked into the movie expecting it to be good, like like
Hyped up
Inception
Nolan
and-
film.
yeah, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cool, and it was cool, right? The action sequence were cool. The whole story and everything was cool, except I didn't understand 90% of the movie because I couldn't hear a single piece of dialogue.
Yeah, and I always forget because this is a Nolan thing. Like ever since Dark Knight Rises,
He's
this is,
notorious for this. He's
yeah,
notorious for
and I like when I was hyping myself up for Tenet, I forgot about this too until Air mentioned it to me, and I saw people online talking about like, man, the audio mixing is terrible, just like other Nolan films.
I thought it was just my theater. I
So
was gonna watch it again.
No,
Yeah.
all of his movies have terrible audio mixing.
which is I think I'm grateful I didn't see it in theaters because I'll just wait for subtitles to come out.
So Tenet's like it's a time.
Yeah, what's
movie,
it
right?
like synopsis of the film because I know nothing.
Okay,
Other
it
than-
is a very confusing movie. So basically, you could travel forward in time and backwards in time
but not sideways.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's very
Okay.
tricky. It's very mind warpy. It's hard to explain. But
I
it's,
have an important question because
yeah.
I do love time travel in fiction as
Yeah.
long as the series is it's consistent in its use.
it's contained.
Yeah. So are there any plot holes? Like, do
not
they make
not that I realized.
do they make like a rule of time travel and then it break it later on for
not,
shock value?
Not that I noticed. Maybe,
Good.
but like it was very
Yeah.
because they kept their rules of time travel very strict,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Which I feel like helped nullify those plot holes, right?
Well, but it could also work against you because if you look at the Kingdom Hearts thing where it's so strict to the point where it's comical and it's very clearly, oh, you're just covering your ass.
Well, basically, it's more like rather than time flowing, it's more like an alternate world, right? So our time's moving forward, right? The other world's time is moving backwards, right? They're both
Like wheels going against each other. Gears
yeah,
or-
in the opposite direction, basically, right? And so when you enter the other, I'd say, dimension, right? Time is now moving forward, but you're moving backwards because you're from the other dimension.
Okay.
So I don't know if I explained that right.
Okay, as long as it's not too spoilery though, because
No, that's
Okay.
literally it.
cool. I can't wait to watch it with subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes out officially, I'm
Ha-
gonna have to
Here's
I'm
an
gonna have
important
to watch
question.
it.
Great acting.
Yeah, I was just about to
Great
ask,
acting
how's Robert
crew.
Pattinson in it?
Great.
'Cause-
Great. Everybody's so great. Great.
Is it great enough to possibly do an episode on? If me and Griffin will watch it.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so once we know the actual synopsis of it and the actual storyline, then maybe we could actually give proper
Yeah, like
discussion on it.
I walked in, like I think the movie's pretty good without knowing 90% of the dialogue, right? I need to go back and like listen to like what they're actually saying.
If we do watch it with us because it's a Nolan film. You're gonna find stuff that you didn't catch the first time around.
Oh, I already know. By the end of the movie, you're like, "Oh crap, I missed so much." Right? And
How was the whole like just theater going experience?
yeah,
during
what's
these
that
times.
like in the Troubles era?
actually it was fine. I went with some friends. We had a whole seat row to ourselves, right? Other people who were in smaller groups got split up. It was only like I think maybe 6, 7, maybe like 10, 15 of us in that whole theater.
Yeah, I do know a lot of theaters like limited it to 14 or something, like 14 people tops.
It's like for every row, right?
Did-
if you're a party of 2, right, you sit on opposite ends, right? Or-
Did they take like attendance or whatever?
No,
No, because I heard in some theaters like somebody works out.
there wasn't that many people there.
Oh, okay.
I also was reading like I got an email from Landmark, and they're saying that they're also starting to do private screenings, so you can book an entire theater for I guess your bubble, and you can just
That's
watch
cool.
the movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
I
guess
imagine it
because-
won't be that expensive because they're desperate for money.
Yeah, and also like not many people are going to the theaters right now, so
Yeah,
Theaters
they have the space.
They
do
used to
private
do that.
screenings.
They've always done that, but it used to be really expensive. Like for
Yeah.
birthday parties and stuff, you could rent out a theater.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
know somebody who
stupid expensive.
like rented it out for like a video game session or something.
Yeah.
No, but like this is like a specific movie, so like there's showtimes for Tenet, and then you could book that showtime for a private theater.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I remember doing
private
it
screening,
for I think one of the Harry Potter movies when it first came out. We had a private showing.
For your
But-
school?
No,
man.
just it was a birthday party.
Oh.
I missed the old theater events. I did a Harry Potter marathon at the theaters. That was so fun. It was 2 days.
Yeah, I like whenever I hear those, that's a lot to sit in a movie. But those the pre-Endgame MCU marathons things, where it's like that's gonna smell terrible by
Yeah.
like phase
No,
one
it's not,
ending.
It's not as bad as you think, because the Harry Potter one, the Marvel ones are huge. Those are probably massive, and they take forever to go through. But the Harry Potter ones, like there was like I think an hour break or an hour and a half break between each movie. So
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
and it wasn't like if one person bought the ticket for the first movie, they're in for all the movies. They're separate.
Like there are a lot of different MC like people doing the MC ones. So I think the AMC ones, between each movie they had like Clark Gregg, who played Coulson, like them doing like, hey, how'd you like the movie? Hope you enjoy it. Like, this is your chance to like get up and go to the washroom, or you can like listen to me talk for a couple minutes.
I just want to make a note, Girk, when you edit this, when we start talking about Tenet, put a spoiler warning.
Did you say any spoilers?
I think so. I think I may have let maybe a little thing slip. Just give it a spoiler warning. I don't think it's too bad, but it's fine.
Okay. Spoiler warning.
Just splice that one.
Yeah.
out. Just like
And people who have made it this far into the podcast, well, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Well, we had the DC Fandome thing as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I really want to get
We
into
had,
that.
The Batman trailer released, the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. That's all I know.
I was excited for Wonder Woman, but after seeing the Batman trailer, I don't care anymore.
It looks like for the Wonder Woman trailer, we're getting an idea why Chris Pike is there. More of an idea. I love that shot of her literally grabbing the lightning and swinging from the lightning.
Yeah.
So comic booky. I
That's
love
pretty
it.
cool.
I'm not sure if I'm sold on Kristen Wiig as a Cheetah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was weird.
Other than that, like before we talk about the Batman, because that's the main thing.
The Batman.
What else?
Flash.
So there was
The Flash news. Yeah.
The
But I'm
Snyder
surprised,
cut
I'm
as
surprised we
well.
didn't get a trailer for Flash. Snyder cut, yeah, that too.
Snyder cut.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Flash, first of all, confirmed Ben Affleck is coming back, and also most likely Michael Keaton's coming back. So multiverse stuff, which I'm super excited for.
Multiverse though is cool.
Well, yeah, we always knew it was multiverse stuff, like because it's going to be kicking off the new post Ben Affleck Henry Cavill.
They should bring that
DCU.
TV show Batman back.
But like
The one with the funny eyebrows.
I was so upset because I was watching a portion of it live and they showed Batman Beyond, and I was so hyped, but it ended up just being a skit or whatever. Like Batman, like Terry talking to like a regular Batman about, and they're both watching Adam West Batman talking about how silly it was. Oh well. Did you see the Rock stuff?
The Rock stuff.
Where he's talking about how Black Adam is.
Oh yeah.
Like he keeps calling Black Adam a hero or an anti-hero.
He's not.
Like he's not, but that's what he keeps calling Black Adam that. He's a villain. He's just a straight up murderous evil guy.
I think because one of two things. They don't want to tell people he's a villain.
Also,
right?
because Dwayne Johnson's never played a villain role before.
Yeah, like straight up, they might just make him a hero or an anti-hero
by the end of the
because
movie.
of The
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's revealing that it's gonna be the Justice Society with him, like the preceding Superman, Justice League, and stuff like that. So like Doctor Fate and Atom Smasher and Hawkman they're all gonna be in the movie.
Hawkman.
You know, you watch the original Justice League anime show, right? You know, Hawkgirl and Hawkman. So they literally just have wings and
But
a
Black
Morningstar.
Adam's the bad guy.
I mean, it's the only reason why I don't have high hopes for it. It's literally because they're just making him a good guy because of The Rock. I hope they prove me wrong and just make him a bad guy, uncontested bad guy.
I mean, like he'll be bad for a little bit, and he'll be like, "Oh no, I'm good," and then
he's bad for good reasons, you guys.
then they're probably gonna like replace Shazam with him because The Rock's a better actor.
Shazam did well though, critically and
Shazam did really
commercially. We like, you can listen to our review. I had fun recording that one, but I can tell you right now, none
I
of
think
us
they're
liked
trying to
it.
be more edgy again, right? Because like I feel like Shazam just doesn't work in the Flash Batman universe, whereas Black Adam does. So if they brought that in,
The
like, you
the
can't-
Flash will not be edgy because Ezra Miller himself is.
I
not
know,
able
but
to do
like
that.
it's edgy enough to be part of the Justice League movie that we saw, part of the Zack
The
Snyder cut, right?
Yeah.
So
Which
Whereas Shazam just does not fit in that world at all, right?
Yeah.
Like that was more of like a kid / comedy movie,
Mhm.
right?
it's like when you compare something like Guardians of the Galaxy to Winter Soldier, I guess. Like the really goofy, lighthearted.
No, because even those movies fit together eventually,
eventually,
right? Like there's dark
but
tones,
tonally they were.
but there
completely
are
different.
dark tones in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right?
I was about to say there are dark tones in Shazam, but they're really not.
There's not. It's
I killed my evil, greedy father.
It's like it's they don't fit together at all, and I think they realize that, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll make Black Adam's a good guy.
I think the only serious quote unquote dark moment of Shazam is when Billy finds his mom, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just kids level. But you know what? We'll see. We will see. What else? There were before. Do you want to talk about Snyder Cut or the games? Because the Suicide Squad. James Gunn's Suicide Squad. We know
yeah.
who all the people play, and
What is
they got some crazy out there characters in there. So I'm super
I
excited.
don't understand that movie.
It's essentially what the original Suicide Squad movie should have been.
No, but like it takes place during like World War II. Like I'm
No,
confused.
it takes place modern day. It Harley Quinn is in it.
Yeah,
Margot
that's what I'm
Robbie Harley
saying.
Quinn's in
I
it.
thought they were. Or
No,
is
no.
is that the game? I'm confused.
So
No.
did they get a different person to play Harley Quinn?
No, Harley Quinn's back. Rick Flag is back, and Amanda Waller is back. Those original actors. And
I want
actresses.
Kite Man.
Kite Man. We do get Polka Dot Man.
Oh, okay.
We do get Polka Dot Man.
That'll be interesting. Do we know when it's coming out?
No, COVID has delayed everything.
Delayed.
But like
Batman movie's been
delayed a second time
delayed
because
again, yeah.
Batman's got it.
Yeah.
Which is funny, full circle and all, because of how COVID started.
Why he started COVID?
No,
Okay.
like he,
Batman?
bat soup. Remember?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Is that
was
even
not-
whatever? Let's not get into that. So the Batman trailer. Is there the games? I guess we could go over that then. What
Yeah.
what
I
game-
mean,
I didn't watch DC Fandome. I don't.
oh, you didn't?
No.
I didn't watch it either. I just watched the
All right,
trailers.
so
afterwards.
there are
watch
only
it.
two games we're talking about. So one is very very Arkham-esque. It's called Gotham Knights. You play as you don't play as Batman. Batman is quote unquote dead in that. That's a synopsis of
before
it.
we jump to games, my bad. Can we talk about how good the Batman trailer was?
I was leaving Batman till the end because
leaving
it's the
Batman
best.
till the
It's the
end.
best flagship. But-
Okay, so we're gonna go from movies to games. To
What do you
back
want?
to movies?
What do you want to talk about? The Batman or
We're
Batman?
talking about
games?
DC Fandom as a whole, so whatever, it doesn't matter.
Keep going.
Okay, so I'll talk about the games because they're not as big as Batman. So first one's Gotham Knights. It looks like an Arkham game. You play it as Batman or Batman's four sidekicks. So Nightwing, Batgirl, Tim Drake, Robin, and Red Hood. And it's essentially a co-op. It's essentially the game that Avengers wanted to be.
Oh,
So
the
it's-
Avengers that just came out.
Yeah, they said it's not games as a service. It looked like a games as a service game, but it's not.
It's not, okay.
Yeah, they
That's good.
confirmed it wasn't. It's single player, but with the option of multiplayer, and you could do co-op the entire game. So it's only 2 people co-op, not 4, unfortunately, even though they're 4 different classes essentially.
That's odd.
And the game looks like an Arkham game, and it follows like Batman dying in quote unquote, but it's not an Arkham game.
Is it a
It's-
Rocksteady?
No, it's the guys who made Arkham Origins.
Oh,
So it looks exactly like an Arkham game,
Mhm.
but it's not in the Arkhamverse. What is in the Arkhamverse is the Suicide Squad game, which says Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, which looks like Sunset Overdrive.
Oh.
It's a CG trailer. We didn't see any gameplay at all. We saw like 20 minutes of Gotham Knights in its reveal. We saw nothing of Suicide
Early
Squad.
production, I believe that's
Yeah.
what they said.
That's made by Rocksteady, and it just looks like Sunset Overdrive, but you play as 4 of the Suicide Squad members. So
pretty
Harley
cool.
Quinn, Deadshot, who is black now to match the movies, despite the fact that it's in the Arkhamverse, and we see Deadshot as a white in the Arkhamverse, but whatever. Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, and Sharkman. Sharkman.
King
King Shark,
Shark.
King
Killer
Shark.
and Lava Girl.
King Shark.
Shark Boy. and Lava Girl?
I forgot because I was thinking Killer Croc, but I know it's not Killer Shark. I forget what the thing is.
Okay. Well, I
Um,
saw that movie.
But yeah,
Yes.
it's those 4. I was super excited when it was Kill the Justice League because it's like, oh, an impossible challenge, but it's just mind controlled Superman that we see in the end trailer. So it's like you fight Brainiac or whatever. It's disappointing. And then
Those only 2 games?
those are the only 2 games.
Really?
Well, there might have been like other smaller games, but those are the only 2 that people care about.
Mm.
And then finally, the reason why everybody watched DC Fandome,
Batman movie.
the Batman, which
So,
looks fantastic.
looks
That trailer was amazing.
I was told like I had no idea. Nobody had any idea what to expect from Robert Pattinson, and as soon as we saw that, we were sold on the movie, we were sold on the actor, we were sold on everything.
It was like, I remember when it was announced, what, like a year ago or 2 years ago that Robert Pattinson played Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I remember, I think we talked about it on this podcast too. We're like, we're not too sure about him playing Batman. But like then again, like it's all because he had that Twilight stigma attached to his to it.
And you know what I forgot that I remember recently?
Cedric.
He's in Harry Potter.
Yeah, he plays Cedric.
Right. And if somebody had told me that, right, I would have been fine with it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, he's not just a pretty boy for Twilight, right? And
like
I totally forgot that he was in Harry Potter and he had a prominent role. And so like he's an actor. And now after watching him in Tenet, right, he was great.
also Lighthouse. Lighthouse came out this year too.
I
and,
heard a
like,
lot about Lighthouse, and
he was
I haven't
amazing
seen
in
it
that too.
I love how the trailer sold everybody after he only said 2 words in it.
Yeah,
He just said 2 words in this trailer, and everyone's like, "That's perfect. That's all I need. That's all I needed." But like the trailer itself, the tone of everything, this like set pieces, it looks great. Like it
we also have to
opens.
remember, like all DC movies that we've had, the trailers for it, especially before, they all had this same dark style tone to it,
Yeah,
with
and,
like not too much dialogue, more
but this felt like
exposition.
this felt like a proper dark movie, like a dark trailer to match a dark movie since like Dark Knight Rises trilogy.
This Batman's got me a little confused with some of the scenes in that trailer, right? Doesn't seem like there's much of an Alfred.
There is. We hear him.
Oh, okay.
It's Andy Serkis.
He's
Okay.
AI.
Oh, he's AI.
No, he's not.
Probably,
Yes,
yeah.
you believed me.
I would. It's Andy Serkis, right?
Jarvis.
He probably would be like some robotic AI or something.
All right,
Jarvis.
Andy, we just need you to wear this. All right, where do you need me to wear the CG dots? No CG dots. I brought my own CG dots. Please let me wear
Yeah,
'em.
he just like comes with CD dots.
Inexplicably, Alfred just have dots around him, and the director's like, he just really wanted to
I
wear
think
them.
he has a
Felt very comfortable.
tattooed CG dots on him. He's always ready to be a CG robot.
But yeah, like the tone. So it starts off like, okay, you open with a serial killer crime scene, and it felt like something out of Seven.
I thought that was Alfred for a second.
Wait,
thought
do we
that was
also
his
know
house.
like who the antagonist of the movie is?
Riddler.
Riddler. Okay.
That's another. Yeah, I'm so excited for the Riddler.
Colin Firth is going to be Penguin in it, but I think the director confirmed like he's not like a main villain. He's just there
movie.
for like setting.
Okay.
Catwoman is it? We've seen Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz.
Mhm.
And keep in mind that trailer was made with, and the only like 25 to 30% of the film was actually filmed before COVID halted production. So they managed that amazing trailer out of like 25% of the movie shot.
They didn't resume production yet.
They did resume production for a few days before Robert Pattinson got sick again, or sick the first time. But they did confirm that there were no more set pieces. Like everything was on location that they filmed before production halted, and after production halted, everything will be on sets and in studios. No more on-site production, unfortunately. But it looks fantastic. That beatdown, that brutal beatdown.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, that was cool. Just when just the scenes that worried me was when he took off his mask, right? And he was like with the makeup on and the thing, right?
I like that because it's been a meme for a long time. Like you can very clearly see the makeup around like Michael Keaton and Christian Bale's eyes,
Yeah.
and then when they take off the mask, suddenly the makeup's gone.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
that's always been a meme. And like for the first time, okay, we see what is year 1 or year 2 Batman? Like he's very early in his career, and
Yeah.
That's what this is.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a year 1 Batman, not year 0, like Batman Begins was. But I will say one complaint I had.
This Batman does seem darker.
Yeah.
Like he's been through some shit.
I do love it. The one complaint I had with this trailer and the movie, not in general, but like I watched this entire trailer, I was sold on it, and I thought it was like taking place in the 90s or something, because the suit that like Bruce was wearing, like the dress shirt, did not look modern, especially for like a billionaire. Like the cars did not look that modern, the setting did not look modern. And then I watched it like a second time, then I noticed, oh, they're cell phones. Like the dude who crashed into the car, he had a cell phone, like a smartphone, taped to his hand. And then one guy, when he was getting the beat down, one of his friends was recording it on his phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks old and new at the same time. 'Cause
Yeah.
even like the Batmobile, right?
It does look 90s-ish.
Yeah, it's like an old Camaro
Yeah,
or Charger
Maybe
or
it's a
something. Like.
fusion.
Yeah, it's some
they-
sort of fusion.
If they can make it feel like it takes place in the 90s, but not make me go like, well, why didn't you just call them on your phone? That because every day on a cell phone. If they can manage that balancing act, I'll be super happy. Because I am really worried about the whole, okay, like why this contrived little, like, oh, I have to find this person in person to pass a message, why not text them?
Well, then again, this is technically a different universe, right? So it could be just that. It could be.
There are only 2 cell phones in existence.
No.
This random dude who's about to die and this random thug.
It could be just that they're in present time or future time, right? But the aesthetic of old time is still present.
Yeah,
So the
well,
architecture,
Gotham is
the
an
thing-
old. Yeah, Gotham is
What
an
if-
old-looking city.
What if there's time travel?
Well, it's Flash, right? So
The
possible.
characters from Tenet come out of nowhere.
Oh my god!
Just two-thirds through the movie, Shazam comes flying in. It's like, hey, Bruce. Oh, I mean, Batman. Need help?
Oh my god, where did Shazam come from?
I don't know. You said time travel. I just threw everything out the window.
Was that the only thing at DC? DC Fandome? DC Fandome?
I think that was all the important things, like Wonder Woman trailer, 2 game trailers, Batman trailer, Snyderverse or Snyder Cut thing.
Then we also had the most hypest event in gaming, Gamescom opening. Night
Okay,
live.
can somebody explain the Snyder Cut to me?
It's essentially people who watched the Justice League, because you know how Snyder quit partway through because his daughter died suddenly, so Joss Whedon essentially took over.
Yeah.
People hated
Who
that
took
movie.
over?
Joss Whedon, and people hated that movie so much that they were like, "No, I refuse to accept that DC put out a bad Justice League movie. There must be a Snyder Cut in the vault. There must be." And like after years and years of everything, there's no freaking Snyder Cut. He left halfway through, and then suddenly everyone's like, "All right, you know what? Fine. There's a Snyder Cut, but we're gonna have to refilm half the movie."
That's what I want to ask. Did
Yeah,
they
they're
refilm it?
they're straight up refilming it, or they're just throwing in deleted scenes that are already on the DVD or
Okay,
the Blu-ray.
because he's like, I'm not using any of the scenes that you previously said. So this is
There
technically-
were a lot of scenes that were so stupid that everybody hated, including Snyder. Like, remember that scene in like Flash falls into Wonder Woman's chest or whatever, like something out of a stupid anime.
Yeah.
That was Whedon, and that is 100% for sure not going to be in the Snyder Cut. However, we've seen Man of Steel and we've seen Batman vs Superman. I won't expect much. My 90% of the hype about a Snyder Cut is literally just I refuse to accept a reality where Justice League is a bad movie. I won't let Marvel have all the good movies. I cannot accept that. And
Yeah.
you will have people like Snyder Cut will come out. I think it'll be trash. Maybe not as trash, but I think it'll still be trash, and people will still say, "No, we were right. It's great.
It's
Watch
better.
out, Marvel.
It's
You're in
better."
trouble."
When is it coming out?
I don't know, but it's coming out for streaming on HBO Max, I believe.
Did it have a release window? Like, is it soon or?
I don't know. I do know that there are a lot. It's gonna come to some IMAX theaters because the aspect ratio is a lot for a lot of scenes. It's gonna be IMAX.
Interesting.
Snyder Cut.
I'm not gonna watch that in theaters. I'll probably watch it at
September.
home.
I saw September 5th,
That's just,
Oh, that's
2021.
2021.
what, another year?
Another year.
They have to refilm
From
half
today.
the movie.
That's so jokes when people are like, there has to be a Snyder Cut. There has to be a Snyder
yeah.
Cut. Yeah, there is. We have to refilm it. We have to
I mean,
I thought that I'm like, I was wondering because they're like, well, yeah, we're not. I didn't hear anything about refilming scenes, right? So I'm like, how much of this movie did they actually film and not use? I'm also confused.
I think they confirmed, okay, Snyder Cut coming out like on social media, and then like a week later they said we're refilming.
Are they gonna fix the CG?
I think because we saw a shot
I mean,
of
they have enough time.
I don't think it was a shot of the general dude. I think it was a shot of Darkseid himself in the beginning. I forget, but the CG looked different. I can't say if it looked better because I saw Justice League in theaters.
The trailer
and
did look
I
good,
blocked
though.
a lot of it out. I
because
hated
like
it.
it was different.
I hated it. No, it wasn't different because all of Zack Snyder's stuff is always to like. I think this is the third time he used like a slow hallelujah in his movie trailers. Like
Oh.
he's obsessed with stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm personally not getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
Taking the Gurkamo route.
Taking my route.
Yeah, taking that lifestyle of.
You can never adopt that lifestyle. You of all people will never be able to adopt that lifestyle.
Yeah, you get too gung ho about everything.
I mean, I do
To the point where you just spoil stuff for yourself.
I mean,
You either set
I don't
there's
remember the last
no
time I did
middle.
that
You either
on
set
purpose.
very, very low expectations and you don't give the movie a shot whatsoever, or you set very high expectations.
I don't know. Here's the thing: both of what you said. The last time I remember doing that was when Batman vs Superman. All the like it had like a less than 10% on Rotten
Gazar,
Tomatoes.
when was the last time a movie came out?
March, I
That
guess
you wanted to watch.
that I wanted to watch. Does Tenet count? Because it did come out and I want to watch it.
I do remember me and Aaron went to go see Godzilla King of Monsters.
And I regret not coming with you.
And you didn't want to watch it at all.
Because I didn't like everything I've heard and seen out of the first one. I was like, that's
That's
whatever.
your problem.
And I assumed it was going to be the same. And then when all the reviews came out, you guys already bought your tickets. I'm like, well, I'll watch it eventually.
That's your problem.
That was
Everything
like one
you've
of the
seen and
movies to
heard.
watch in
Because
theaters.
it's funny that all the critics were like, God, King of Monsters sucks. But all the fans were like, there are no human drama in it. It's great. And I'm like, there's no human drama in it? Damn it, I wish I watched it.
Like, of all movies to watch in theaters, Godzilla King of Monsters was one to watch in theaters.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that is 100% like my a mistake I made. But
Won't be the last.
yeah, but anyways, like well, like I was saying, the last time I purposely spoiled myself and had low expectations going in was Batman vs Superman. Well, no, Justice League I did not spoil for myself, but I knew it was going to be crap going in.
Star Wars?
No, I stayed unspoiled first. Oh wait, no, Rise of Skywalker because I didn't like Last Jedi. That's what.
Yeah.
You're right. Rise of Skywalker. But hey,
A movie every few months. It'll be
both
like,
both Rise of Skywalker and Batman vs Superman, I had way more fun of a time in watching it because I knew the leaked spoilers or whatever. If I watched it fresh, I would have been just like getting a headache or just being so fucking like, oh, this sucks. But I got to laugh at it.
we need the Men in Black forget wand.
I wish. It's like, all right, read every spoiler. Do I mind? No. I'll put you away for now.
Okay, so we also had the
Luffy is Gold Roger reincarnated. Crap. Flash.
If that's true.
If that's true.
If that's true, I am a god.
One Piece is a freaking reincarnator thing, I guess.
Wait, wasn't Luffy? No, Luffy is not alive when Gold Roger died.
No.
So it's possible.
It's possible.
Telling me there's a chance.
So we also had opening night live Gamescom.
Right.
It was so.
Did you watch it? I don't
World of
bad.
Did you
Warcraft.
watch it?
I woke up like halfway through it, and I'm like, why did I bother?
World of Warcraft featuring some other games.
I didn't even know it was happening until it goes our message like, oh yeah, opening night live is happening. So I started watching it. This was a 2-hour long event.
I was painting my house, so I needed an excuse to have something
It
else.
was 2.5 hours. Although I have to give credit. Jeff did say,
Don't
have
get your hopes
no
up.
expectations.
Which he said last time for like the previous event, like, hey, there are no major things. Don't get your hopes up. Which I appreciate, but one, I can't imagine anybody revealing their game at Gamescom would be happy about that. Like, come on, we worked hard on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Jeff also
no one
doesn't
re-
like to
no one
lie
really
to the audience.
revealed-
Exactly.
no one really revealed games at Gamescom.
The thing is, I wish I took him seriously
Mm-hmm.
because I watched him like, all right, thanks, Jeff, and I watched it still expecting something worth watching.
There was that one game that was revealed, that Indian girl.
Yeah, it was a CG trailer.
About like she has some abilities. It was a CG trailer,
And then
it
they
did
ended
look
it-
interesting, but no
But
gameplay.
but
obviously.
but did you see the end when they showed like the release date or whatever?
No.
It was just a bunch of kids holding a smartphone, so it made me think, oh, it might be like a live action ARG, like Pokemon Go or whatever.
Oh, it does have like check out the story at like online or something.
Yeah,
like
but it
that.
had
So,
like
has
four
ARG
white
stuff.
kids essentially holding a smartphone, like real life kids, not like in CG or whatever.
And then there was that time loop game where they revealed like a freaking huge cast for it. Remember, like William Dafoe's in it.
Willem Dafoe,
yeah,
Willem
yeah.
Dafoe,
Willem Dafoe.
Daisy Ridley, and
Daisy
James
Ridley,
McAvoy.
Yeah, like it has a
Just throw him money.
interesting cast for that indie game. Like I was really surprised by that. And then you have World of Warcraft. My God.
That trailer had like a first, second, and third act that nobody cared about.
It was out of all World of Warcraft trailers. So like I have to give credit. World of Warcraft, when they do trailers, they're really well made CG trailers that look really nice and
Yeah,
they're actually
it
interesting to watch.
tricks you before showing you the actual gameplay.
This was the most low budget trailer I've ever seen. It was a PowerPoint presentation that was 8 minutes long.
Yeah, and it just sucked. It's like, okay, we're gonna tell you a story about how this dude was betrayed, and then this dude got powerful, and then this dude found the guy who was betrayed, and then they're gonna bicker a bit in a trailer. Like, did you just show us an entire story and like nobody cares about it?
I think
What?
me and you were messaging back and forth while watching. I'm like, when is this gonna freaking end?
I made the joke about they're gonna show another trailer at the end, like after it's done, when it's finally done, and they show another
I
trailer.
don't get what
gameplay
Blizzard's
trailer.
doing, yo. They used to make some great trailers. And
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
like, they were known for
cutscenes
doing
and stuff.
really
Do you
good
remember the
CG
three
trailers.
Bs that will never let you down? Bethesda, BioWare, Blizzard. They
They're
will
all
never
gone.
let you down.
They're all gone.
They will never let you down. Aaron.
Money.
BioWare
money
also,
got the
didn't they
best of
talk
them.
about? Was that this one?
BioWare, they talked about Dragon Age, and then they showed like 480p
Oh, yeah, no.
footage of something.
They showed their thing was an inspirational BioWare video with the staff talking
Yeah,
about Dragon Age.
We're working on Dragon Age.
It was like
Here's some test footage that looks terrible.
It was hilarious. It had like inspirational music playing in the background, and they were interviewing each staff, getting testimonies and stuff. Like they showed all these like inspiring scenes, like they're looking over the landscape and stuff. I'm like,
what
for
does this
have to do with Dragon Age?
You know for a fact, if E3 wasn't canceled, the entire EA conference would be just that, like just that over and over again for other studios.
Honestly,
they've done it before.
The fact that E3 doesn't exist anymore. It is giving these publishers and developers the opportunity to not really have a deadline to reveal stuff. So they don't give a shit anymore. Xbox and Sony don't give a shit anymore. They're not revealing anything.
Oh wow, the console is like a month or two away, and people need to save up, but we need to know the price. Well, tough luck.
Yeah, like it's E3 has taken away that like deadline for us to know everything.
I'm willing to like let it slide this year because of COVID. However, I have hope that. Maybe not next year, but the year after that, somebody will get these people together and be like, all right, no, you have a week. Everybody will be watching in a week. Do it now.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as Jeff was like, hey, I'm replacing E3 with my Summer Games Fest. It's 3 months long.
That just means he's putting a stamp on every single live event that's happening.
Which is worthless because like it's not like Nintendo sign on. So what's the difference?
It's also like
he's getting paid somehow.
So it's like I was assuming since E3 is done, Gamescom or PAX would take the mantle and be like the premier gaming conference.
I was hoping Gamescom would do it.
So I want to talk about
TGS is coming though.
Oh yeah, true.
Soon.
That's exactly what I was getting into. I want to talk about Microsoft for a second. We know consoles are coming out in November, right? So about 2 months away.
They're already outdated.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
not gonna get into the 3090s, 3080s, RTXs.
What about the 3070s?
Yeah, they already are outdated. But anyways, they had to delay Halo.
Yeah.
That was something that we didn't talk about because we haven't done this in a while. But
when was the last time somebody released a game that had no first party launch games?
They have first party games coming out.
Launch games.
Yeah.
Like what? For Series X?
Yeah, they have first party games coming out.
Like what?
That horror one.
Oh, medium.
Medium, yeah, that's first party game.
Is that first party like Microsoft Studios?
Yeah, that's first party.
Oh, is that launch for sure?
That's the launch title.
Okay, well, one.
I believe they have one or two other ones, but the biggest one was
Halo,
yeah. Right? That was like Halo is the equivalent to Mario. Right, he is not just a flagship title. He is the
system
platform
seller.
Yeah, he is the platform. Right,
John Halo, system seller.
And what we saw, I originally thought was good. Right, I enjoyed it, but like the graphics just looked off. Yeah. Right, and then
it was not in. Like they kept saying it was we're still working on it, but why show it to us? If it wasn't ready to show, why show it to us?
But like, see, that's the thing. Honest, they weren't just working on it.
Like even though like they had that, but they released a very detailed press release after explaining everything and that like
which means you did a bad job.
Yeah,
like they understood that. They said that they're like, we're trying to go a different direction. We're trying to go the direction of the old original Halo designs, and we understand that like some of the details were kind of lackluster in terms of graphics and textures, and like. They and like on Reddit, I was browsing the Halo Reddit. They actually put in a whole list of suggested changes in like an organized list manner without having people like, just trashing the game and everything. And not Bungie, 343 are regular readers of this subreddit. So they provided that for 343, and then 343 released a statement after saying that yes, we're gonna make all these changes. We're gonna have to do.
It's pretty interesting. It's just. It does suck that they...
Like, okay, I understand the full concept of like, okay, you want to keep it OG, right? But you don't go OG to the point where it's just like you go back to like the old graphics, right? You don't go back
to the old graphic style. It makes sense that they want to go back to the old graphic style, but it also that
doesn't mean you have to.
No, I'm saying that like it doesn't give excuse for the reason why like a lot of the things look very low texture and
why do none of the enemies have shadows?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You would take Halo 1 and you'd remaster it. You won't take Halo Infinite and demaster it, right? Like it was so dumb.
It's a pretty.
I don't understand why Master Chief has a hook.
A grapple hook?
A grapple hook. It makes no sense.
I feel like the environment
is,
they showed
when it's open world. they're gonna want to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Master
'Cause
Chief
you're-
has
but-
built-in jetpacks. We've seen this.
Hook. I will say this: I like hooks better than jetpacks.
Mm.
They're in a gameplay perspective, they're more fun. It's just two things. One, they did not have a very good environment to showcase it, because like half the time he used it, it was just to move faster. And second, if you have an open world game, that means unless it's like open, quote unquote open world, but it's like more sandbox style, they won't have that much control of the environment, so they won't be able to like make it super intricate level design that needs a hook shot everywhere. That's why the hook shot wasn't in
Yeah,
Breath of
but
the
you
Wild.
could also do the same thing with the a jetpack.
You
right?
can, but it's less
It's like
fun.
you're so far into the future, but you're using a string and a
Well, keep in mind, if you had a jetpack, it wouldn't be nearly as challenging to get
And
around the environment.
Any of the
No, you
previous
could-
games,
you
the
could still make
jetpack
it.
never played a really big role gameplay wise.
yeah, but neither does a grapple hook, man. Like
Well, grappling hook for traversing, I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but like I do agree with both of you. In it clearly wasn't ready. It sucks because delaying it is such a damning indictment for the console for a lot of people. And they like the same press release they put out straight up said, "Hey, we're going to pivot our message into this is the Xbox you can buy to play every generation of Xbox game." And that's what they're going to be pushing. They're going to say you can play more than 3,000 titles of any Xbox title. And part of me is like, maybe you should have delayed the console. Maybe you should have. I know it's just Halo, but it's like Halo is such a big thing. I feel like Halo is bigger for Microsoft than Mario is for Nintendo.
that would have been hilarious. Like, oh yeah, Halo's delayed. Oh, by the way, we're also delaying the console. And then they go to AMD, be like, hey, listen, can you make like an RTX 3090 for us? Like, right, like
AMD
Nvidia does,
doesn't
or
make
just they go to
Yeah.
Nvidia, but like,
Um,
and then they come out with like the most ball-in system ever.
yeah,
But
or just release it cheaper than they were going to originally plan it.
so Halo's delayed, right? And now there's no like big flagship game coming out, right? Medium is not a console seller, right? It is a good thing, but first of all, it's horror market, and I don't think the
Okay.
horror market is even that big to be selling consoles.
It's not a triple game, but would you consider either Shadowfall, Killzone, or Knack to be AAA?
No,
No.
Okay, just making sure because those two did have a lot of budget.
right? Well, I get that. Medium does too. Like, it's a good looking game, right? And the concept is cool, and like what they're doing with the SSD and stuff, right? Like it works, right? But again, it's
both worlds
it's-
playing simultaneously, basically.
yeah, it's a horror
I-
game for one, right?
I would say Killzone Shadowfall is a AAA game, just not a very good one. But because the entire Guerrilla Games worked on it, like the main dev team worked on it. They had a
That
big
is
budget.
nice. Let's get to the message. Okay.
That's true. That's true. My bad. Continue. Knack on the other hand.
So yeah, it's not a console pusher, right? And leading up to Xbox is like, yeah, you could play every game on Xbox One that you could do with the new system. So now that Halo's not there, what is the purpose of buying the system?
I'm actually looking up launch Series X
Right.
games.
Another thing that's irking me,
Mhm.
right, is that they announced TGS is mid to late September, right?
They are the opening show.
They announced that there will be nothing new to show for the Xbox Series X. You didn't know this.
I just heard that they were first on TGS.
They have nothing new to show.
Why come? Oh, God.
Your system
September.
comes out in just over a month from that day.
TGS is like mid or late
Right.
September, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your system comes a little over a month and like a couple weeks or something, right? And you have nothing to show. You don't have a price point for me. You don't have like more details on
You know
what the
what?
system can do, like UI. Like, give me something, right?
I'm gonna say it. I'm probably not gonna think this in like a month, but I'm gonna say it. Sony and Microsoft both deserve to be financially ruined for this BS. Maybe not financially ruined, but I hope they're not as successful as they want to be.
I'm
I
still
hope it flops
I'm
a
still
little
gonna buy the systems, right? Because like
Yeah.
I
We are
believe
enthused.
in the companies enough to know that these will be good
Eventually.
right? And or even coming out the gate, they're gonna be decent, right?
But this marketing strategy is
but it's weird. Like I need. There's so much information that I don't know, and it's kind of like annoying. Like I need to still see the back of the PlayStation 5. Like I want to know what ports they have, right?
we know some from leaks.
Yeah, we know some for leaks, right? I want to like we just found out from a leak about Bluetooth 5.0 and Wi-Fi 6 on the PlayStation.
Not even
right?
leak, like a patent thing for
Yeah, and we also just found out about that it has no optical port as well.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I was talking about. Like I can't a third party dev released.
Yeah,
that.
like I need official announcements on this stuff.
Yeah, especially
right?
like people are planning to buy their TVs. Like, I'm surprised that Sony even said, yeah, HDMI 2.1 compatible, because I would not have been surprised if they just didn't mention that and then people were going out buying 2.0 HDMI TVs. You know?
It's like
this
I
has
have
just
faith in
been
these
a-
consoles, but like I'm not satisfied with the amount of information I've gotten.
This has just been a really weird year.
It has, but it is very ludicrous, especially in the middle of widening economic disparity and a catastrophic pandemic, that you're not telling us the price of what's assuredly going to be an expensive console 2 months prior,
Again,
as
it's
if
also-
people will just drop the money. Like,
It's
we need to
because
save
of,
up.
I could sort of understand the price, right? Because I don't think both companies are ready to pull that trigger, and I think they're both waiting on one another to see what the hell's gonna go down.
Which I get, but
Right?
now both of those companies are doing a disservice to the people.
But it's not just the price that I need information on.
Yeah,
Right?
no, you're right.
Right? Like, okay, fine, you want to hold off on the price. Price is a big deal. I get it, right? But if you're both want to play this cat and mouse game and you guys want to hold off, right? Do that, right? But in the meantime, you'll show me the UI, right?
Yes.
Show me what this thing can do, right?
Show me what I need to buy for my home theater setup.
You've showed me some games that are coming out, right? Show me more. We had the same, almost a little slightly extended Ratchet and Clank trailer that we saw for the PlayStation event, right? And we saw at Gamescom, right? Are we gonna see that again at TGS?
Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I hope you guys flop, because show me why I should pay $800 and you're not showing
They're
me.
not gonna flop. They're not gonna flop. But
No,
like,
I want them to. Straight up, I want them to.
Well, this is the time to switch over to PC.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's more expensive.
which hold on, yeah, like the PC thing. Okay, Nvidia just showed off the 3070, 3080, and 3090, right? And I felt, first of all, PC conferences usually suck, right? Because they're
PC
very
game conferences, definitely.
just PC conferences in general, because they're very technical, right? They're only meant for people who actually know about the hardware, who care, like they could use it for not just games, but for like rendering and the work and all that stuff, right? And I watched the Nvidia conference and I was shocked. And I'm
How
like,
nice
yo,
that guy's kitchen is.
I'm like, this conference was on par, if not better in some extents, to what Sony and Xbox have done.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
They showed so many things about what they can do. They also showed actual gameplay with the actual graphics card to show what next gen would look
They
like.
showed
on
us the
this thing.
graphics card
They showed us
physically.
the graphics
They
card.
showed us a price
They
point.
showed us the price point.
They
You know-
showed us things,
yeah,
like
you know what's
everything.
nice?
Like
Like-
everything we needed to know, right? They showed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it compare to the last? Like, direct comparison, not random numbers, but like, all right, you know what 2080 Ti is like? This is double that.
Yeah, they are saying it's the biggest leap in terms of between generations of graphics card they've ever had, which is insane.
And a
'cause
very low
2080
low, quote,
RTX is
unquote, low price.
already really freaking strong still.
And it's obsolete by the $400 graphics card.
Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm really excited to see
That's
what's
why. That's
coming
why
out
they
of the
never.
PC.
That's why they never made a 3060.
I love Air. I love how you're the one who said we're not going to get into the 30 series.
No, I just had to.
But you are right.
I
yeah.
wanted to compare. Like it's starting to irk me. Like, okay, I understood like Sony's thing of like just dropping little tidbits of news here and there, right? And coming out with a press conference, but then the Xbox thing is what really got me. You delayed Halo, fine, we understand. Thank you, because that game needed to be delayed, right? And but then coming out on TGS saying that you have nothing new to show,
Yeah.
right? Why am I tuning into you?
Um,
Why am I buying your system?
like, to the point, I'm clearly a gaming enthusiast. I'm on this freaking podcast. I'm not sold on buying a console on launch, and I'm straight up just gonna wait for like a sale or a bundle or something. I'm waiting for a reason to buy it.
Like, I was talking to my friend, and he's like, okay, he's not I would say a fanboy, but he's in the Sony realm, right? Where because he likes Sony games, they make good games, right? When Sony drops a game, you're fairly confident that the game's going to be good.
They've built up
Right?
a very good reputation.
Exactly, right? And you trust that name brand and what you can expect with it. Same with the Xbox side, right? With Game Pass, Xbox Live, and everything they're doing there,
Yes.
right? You trust that ecosystem to work for you,
Yeah,
right?
the game, maybe not the games, but the Xbox, quote unquote Xbox part of it.
Yeah, it is going to work for you. So they both have their little thing, right? But my thing is they're relying too heavily on that thing, and it's new console season. You show us stuff,
Yeah.
man. Just drop everything. Just
Game Pass is next to worthless. Your first party amazing games are next to worthless if we don't have the freaking console.
Yeah.
And
I'm literally giving them till TGS. If by the end of September we don't have solid facts, right? Like this is like a write off, right? Like obviously I can't do anything out of my
There
power. I can't
is
go
a
up to
rumor.
Sony and slap them.
there is a rumor from a quote unquote disgraced leaker, who's generally 100% right on Resident Evil stuff.
That was funny.
Sony will have a conference in the first half of September, which we are currently in, and nothing from
I
Xbox so
expect
far.
Sony to come out with TGS, because it's Tokyo Game
Yeah.
Show.
TGS.
It's their market. Xbox is typically not very big in the Japanese market, anyways, right?
You took the wind out of my sails because when I found out, they're opening TGS,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, they're gonna make the big push and they're gonna reveal all the console stuff at TGS
if
and
they
blow everybody's
drop
mind.
a bunch of Japanese titles that they're working on, right?
Like Phil Spencer said, he wanted to do.
Yeah. But for them to come out and say, "Yeah, we got nothing new."
Well, he said nothing new about the game, like nothing new about Series X in general or hardware.
Microsoft says no Xbox Series X news for Tokyo Game Show. They're focusing on Japanese games.
So hardware.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so.
'Cause I can't imagine what else they're
Microsoft
gonna
will
be.
skip Xbox Series X in favor of Japanese games.
Yeah, because I can't imagine they're going to say Japanese game for the Xbox One.
Yeah,
this
they didn't
point.
say Xbox One.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's going to be Series X games, but still no hardware, which is the thing we're complaining about. Okay.
We'll see.
I hope.
It
I'm
could just
a
be
bit
Yakuza
iffy
like
on
a
that.
dragon.
If
But that's out in Japan. That's been in
I
Japan
know.
for like a year.
if they show us Japanese titles, like exclusive Japanese titles, right, for the Xbox Series X, right, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean
Right?
they had a couple early generation, like early 360 or early Xbox One, like Blue Dragon and I think Last Story. That was an Xbox exclusive, right? The one made by Sakaguchi. Do you know? Okay,
I don't know.
I'm crazy maybe.
Last Story.
But they did have a couple of Japanese like exclusive JRPG games that were like mediocre critically received, but and then they just kind of stopped and moved away from that.
I don't know, man. The next gen starts in a couple months, and we know next to nothing.
No, we know a lot, but we also don't know a lot.
We
right?
also don't know a lot. There's a lot we don't know.
I feel like by now we would have gotten like so much more information. I'm really
'Cause,
curious to what
usually-
the UI looks like.
We would know a lot about the system, a lot about the official startup lineup by E3. By
Yeah.
E3, we usually know a price. We usually know the system. We usually know the games that are going to come out alongside the system. We know the date that the system's coming out.
That's what happened
By
for
E3.
PS1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Everything was revealed at E3.
This is the only year where up until September, we don't know price. We don't know release date. We
Yeah.
don't know what games are coming out with it.
I feel like they're looking at like the phone industry or like what Apple's doing does with iPhones, and it's like, all right, we're releasing the price a year in advance, or sorry, a week in advance or 2 weeks. Go buy it now. But you can't do the same for consoles because they're very completely different industries.
Yeah.
Because there are so many options for phones. People can finance phones with their carriers, and often do. Like phones don't have to be replaced
phones come out every
masse.
year.
Yeah, and phones, and they don't have to be replaced en masse. Most people keep their phones for 3 to 4 years, whereas this game generation console, we've stuck with the old one for 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 years now, and we need the new one. Everybody needs the new one, and we can't finance it with our carriers. We need to know.
Xbox offers financing.
That's a very
Now they do.
selective thing, but like.
That's the only way to pre-order a Series X at the moment.
Seriously, jeez.
Well, that was from the beginning. Like, if you
Wait.
finance it, you get a free upgrade to Xbox Series X if you continue with it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, are they asking for like financing payment plans before they know the full price of the Series X?
No, it's just like
Or-
if you
okay,
get
yeah.
an Xbox One financing it or lease it,
They
you'll
have an
to
upgrade
a
pass.
Series X.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes more sense. Because I was gonna say, hey, start financing and start paying monthly. You don't know how long you're gonna do it for.
That'll be hilarious. If they do that. That'll be really weird if they do that.
I signed up, but I didn't know I'd be paying for 4 years straight.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think. I am halfway in the field of just freaking going to
PC.
get a freaking RTX 3080 and just be set for like a good 5 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it 5 years, but
Well, consoles, I'll be ahead of consoles for the next 5 years
Oh,
until
yeah,
the next
definitely.
generation
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
out.
You're. I'd say don't bother buying a Series X because nothing on the Series X will release
Yeah.
that won't come to PC. You'll play it better on PC, and then you can just spend that money on a PS5. You know,
I was going to get both.
that's what I'm saying. All the money you were gonna spend on your Series X would be useless because, like, you know how you get every multi-platform game on your Xbox One X because it's better than your PS4.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have if you have your upgraded PC, every game will be better on your PC than your Xbox, barring any like terrible port issues.
Mm-hmm.
So your Series X would just be collecting dust. Because like if Halo Infinite, if it comes out, you're gonna be playing it on your RTX 3080,
Most likely.
not your Series X.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because as of right now, I'm not in a place where I could buy the 3080. So we'll see.
None of us are.
Yeah.
Plus, pretty sure you'd have to rebuild your computer.
I do.
Yeah, just buying the 3080, that's gonna be a huge bottleneck.
He's
It would still work, but my processor's still pretty good, I would say. But it is still a bottleneck, and I have been looking to rebuild my computer anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll be in that part. If you guys didn't know, I'm still running a GTX 970 with Core i7 4790K. So that's a couple generations.
970 is like on par with like a PS4, right? Like a slim PS4 or something.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It can't do 4K. Basically, but it can do 1080p really
What
well.
can do 4K?
That's how I base my
Well,
my
freaking
graphics card
3080
knowledge.
can do 8K. Apparently.
Apparently, we'll see.
Jesus Christ.
Was it 3080 or was it 3090?
3080, 3090 can do 8K.
Yeah, but like 3090 is for like content creators. And
Yeah,
like,
3090
editors
is like
and-
a whole nother level, right?
Yeah,
It's-
I think it's beefy.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be meant for gaming
Yeah.
specifically.
Well, like, I was gonna do a full-on water cool build, so I'm probably just gonna get the reference card, and because you could easily get water.
Hardline.
Yeah, hardline. Yeah. That was a project I've been looking forward to doing for a long time now. It'll be fun to do. Anyways, any other things? I don't think we have anything else.
I didn't talk about what I've been up to.
Well, you've been up to nothing. I know what you've been up to. You've been up to nothing.
Yeah, we've been helping you with that. Nothing.
I was just going to mention I was marathoning Person of Interest with my sister, but
Yeah, who cares?
yeah.
His show came out a long time ago.
And it's
So
really good.
since Xbox said, yeah, we're gonna be showing nothing new on the system.
Yeah, of course.
I'm hoping more Japanese games at the show. I'm excited for that. If they don't do that, then like I'm really gonna be upset. Sony didn't say anything, so I'm hoping.
Yo,
for...
if Xbox can like on TGS be like, hey, here's a bunch of JRPGs that are going to coming to Xbox, I'll be like,
yeah,
sick.
that'd be it. That would be it. That would be the seller for me, you know, because they have been lacking in the Japanese market, and they're not. I love competition, right? And I want them to succeed, right? But I'm not singling out Xbox. I don't agree with what both the companies are doing right now. And I need to see. I want more. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm also greedy.
Me and my sister are on season 2 of Person of Interest currently, and it's really good so far.
And on that note,
I guess we're ending it off here. On the
It
note
has
of
been an
freaking
hour.
Person of interest. I'm kind of pissed about that. But,
Yes.
Thanks you guys for listening. It was we're gonna try to keep this a bit more regularly scheduled now. We do have plans for doing news centric videos in the future.
Something short
wow,
and easy.
nice
Yeah,
to spoil it.
Just gotta give them something to look forward to.
Yeah, because Xbox and Sony aren't.
I know. So let's look forward to day one update.
Yeah, those will be much
to
shorter.
give you news on all the no news we're getting
Yeah.
from Xbox and Sony.
Yeah.
I love how we spoke an hour, which is probably more than Sony and Microsoft have spoken about their goddamn consoles.
If you want to hit us up, please hit us up at Day One Update at day1updatecast@gmail.com, right?
Thank
Drop
you.
us a line, right? Let us know how we're doing and so on and so forth.
That is DayONE updatecast@gmail.com.
I was getting there, man.
It's just you've been out of practice. I just wanted to help you out.
Like I said, drop us a line at day1updatecast@gmail.com. That's DayONE updatecast@gmail.com.
To be fair, you did start it off incorrectly.
We also have a Twitter day one updates.
Yes, and you can hit us up on Instagram as well, and check out our YouTube channel at Day One Update. And we'll be posting podcasts and videos up there regularly when we sort out that schedule.
Someday.
But these podcasts should be going up there as well for archiving purposes and so on for you guys to check out.
Maybe in 10 years when we find out the price of those goddamn consoles.
And on the next podcast, you may not see Gulzar around. So you want to sign us off?
You will hear it. You will hear me.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being patient with us if you guys were listening from before. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys later.